we're here today, I think, to make a better government. So how is it that we're making a better government if we're going to exclude Lee County through orders that have been seen and things that have been, I know I've observed Judge Starnes' room, when it's been said we're not going to comply with a Florida Rule of Civil Procedure. Those procedures are put in place to protect our civil rights. So how is that protecting the people, just to say us as a county, we're not going to listen to Florida as a whole? The second part of that question is when you go to court, if I, as the defendant, were to go to court and I don't show up or I don't go to court and I get noticed to be there, I get put in default. But yet I have observed on many, 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 many occasions when the plaintiff isn't there, there isn't a plaintiff, and it just gets continued. There's nothing that happens negatively to the plaintiff. Then there's the fraud issue. I've seen where there's duplicate notes with different endorsements on them. If I did that as a civil, as a resident of Lee County, I'd have handcuffs thrown on me and I would go to jail. Why aren't they?
I've been to court several times for my house. I have an income of $734 a month. I'm on disability. My husband left in July because he couldn't take the stress. So it's ruined my marriage. And when I went to court the last time, I tried to say just a couple words to the judge, and he wouldn't even let me speak. I turned and I asked him, because they hadn't been able to find the original document for the house, the original loan papers. And I turned to him and asked him if they had located those yet. He wouldn't answer me. I turned back to the judge. And I said, the last 2 times I was here, he tried to give you a copy, and you told him you wouldn't accept a copy. You have to have the original. I said, so are you going to do anything, ask him anything? He wouldn't answer me.
We've listened here this afternoon to, I think there's now 4 minutes left for the people. And we have heard, I have seen Judge Starnes leap to his feet again and behave like he behaves in his courtroom when Christian Meister tried to make some comment here today. I know Christian Meister, but he's not a protege of mine. I just know him, and I know what he was going to represent here today was the truth. And we have not heard the truth from this panel. All of these mortgages are fraudulent. This court, this rocket docket, now it calls itself a mass foreclosure docket, deprives the people of their due process rights, and this judge and Judge Thompson between them sit there every day denying hundreds and hundreds of our citizens of their due process rights. We have had no real opportunity to ask leading questions to these people. I asked this gentleman, why was he paying a property that was only worth 18%? His property isn't worth 18% because of an accident. This is a constructive fraud that was set up by the banks. Do I speak just as somebody who is in foreclosure? No, I do not. I am a skilled mortgage loan auditor. I am a skilled bank fraud investigator. I have looked at how this whole thing happened. I have documents that would stretch from here to the ceiling that absolutely 100% show that this is fraud. These courts are denying people of their due rights. I have personally been once escorted out of the courtroom for just wanting to speak and represent myself at the hands of this man. I've seen it happen to other people. I actually have had hands laid on me by an armed bailiff for daring to ask if I could please speak.
Excuse me, sir. May I ask you to ask your questions? We have lots of other people who want to speak.
This is not a matter of asking questions. This is a matter because it won't matter what questions we ask this panel. The questions they will give, as I had somebody said in the newspaper comment when this thing was advertised, they said, why bother? It'll be a dog and pony show. And they will tell you what they want you to hear. This is fraud. This court is violating everybody's rights every day.
Okay,
If any of them like to respond, that's fine. I've finished.
Thank you.
All right, well, is it good?